The thing is, you can have the best ideas in the world, but they don't exist unless you share them with others. For me, all music is like communicating the same basic emotions. My iPhone, if you put on shuffle, you could get like classical orchestral music, and you could go to the next one and it could be like DJ Shadow, like electronica. It really doesn't matter. I just love writing all kinds of music. I am Zach Heyde. I am a composer, pianist, and I slightly dabble in other instruments. I try to get up around 9 or so every day. I work my schedule pretty close to my girlfriend's because I found that if I can box my time like a traditional 9 to 5, I wind up being more productive. I like to be compartmentalized, and I like to know when it's time to work and when it's time to relax, because I would always feel guilty about not working, but never know when I could relax. So by being structured with my time, I can really focus my energy into being creative when I know it's time to be creative. And when it's time to have a life, I can still have a life afterwards. And my day consists of composing, emailing back and forth with potential clients or current clients. It'll be music copyist work, so I do transcriptions, I make sheet music for different companies. And it'll be networking with people, trying to grab coffees with people. I think you can't beat talking face-to-face with someone. Emails are incredible tools, but they will not give us the face-to-face experience, against my natural instincts as a hermited composer. So according to what my parents tell me, I was, I think, 2 or 3 years old, and they thought that they heard the TV on downstairs playing the Flintstones. So they went downstairs to check on it, and they saw me with like the toy xylophone that we had, like playing the Flintstones theme. But it wasn't until I was 7 years old that I started taking piano lessons officially, doing classical piano. And alongside that, I was also doing composing. So I was writing music. And when I was about 13 years old, that's when I really started to fall in love with the idea of writing music. To have the ability to like express yourself through an art form, whether it's music or anything else, for me was just so attractive and helped me communicate emotions that I normally wouldn't communicate. So that was my big draw, especially like in your angsty teens. That was like just what I needed. So my first goal was just being able to make like a living writing music, which after many years now I'm happy to say I'm doing, which is incredible. I still feel like I'm at the very, very, very beginning of my journey, I hope. So, you know, how I got here though was really just working with a lot of other creative people. I always tried to work with as many creative people as I could throughout the process, connecting with people for the sake of connecting. I think it's important to be really authentic, and you can't try and work with people because you want something out of them or they're serving some ulterior motive. I think you have to want to do this genuinely to make cool stuff with cool people. The art comes first, I think, and I think you have to do your best every single time, because nobody else will know what it costs for you to make this project or an album or whatever, a movie. Nobody knows that. All they know is what the art is. And so the art has to stand on its own merit, I think. We have to work the business side, but we have to do our best on the creative side to make sure that people understand what we're capable of. So I've always tried to just do that. I'm more sane when I'm busy than when I'm not. I lose my mind when I'm not doing anything. I struggle deeply with that. Frostfills started from a point of essentially like emptiness, you know, like not knowing what I was gonna do next. I just moved to LA in Pasadena. I was just settling down. I had a couple really cool projects as soon as I got here. A couple shorts for Marvel Ultimate, 2 more shorts, and a couple other projects. And then those, as things do, faded out. And there was like a month with nothing. I made the decision really to do Frostfell because I thought about what I wanted to be doing in the industry and like what my dream project would be. And I just made it for myself. I just figured what would be the best kind of project that would be given or offered to me and what would it look like. And that's essentially like what Frostfell became. It became an album with a bunch of live musicians. It became like a fantasy album. It became an album that used ambient sounds. It was all of my favorite things that I love to do in professional projects put into one giant personal project. And it was funny because when I put out that stuff, like I always thought that, oh, this will be too boring for people. People won't want to listen to this, or this isn't, you know, commercial enough. But again, it's that thing that I think when you're authentic to what you're feeling or what you need your art to be, I think people respond so much more strongly that way. For me, classical music and soundtracks are like this unfolding narrative of emotions. So you get like different emotions as you go through a piece. And for me, that storytelling element is like what makes music so expressive to me. So I've always been drawn to like soundtracks and classical. Beyond my artistic goals of wanting to be heard, the very first thing I think I'd want to convey is following something you're passionate about is incredibly important. You have to want to do what you do because you enjoy it. And I've always tried to convey that passion through my music. And if people feel emotions through my music, then I know I've done my job and I've conveyed my emotions. And those emotions come from a place of me just loving music and loving the power that it has. So I hope people can feel that. I hope people can feel authenticity in the fact that I truly love what I'm doing and I'm not just trying to manipulate your emotions and make you feel happy or sad using chords that I know. I'm trying to find something of meaning and of value in the music that I write, and I hope that comes through.